So today we are made it to Flatiron Square, a local spot that most of the people who live in London have already been to, and the tourists come visit. But we was just invited on an Instagram story by Pearly Things herself. Now, if you don't know who Pearly Things is, she's a podcaster, content creator who talks about a lot of diverse topics. And I wanted to come down and see if I could actually have a conversation with her face to face. She's actually an American who actually lives in the UK and accumulated over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And today, that's our goal. I don't know what might come out of it, but I'm going to try my best to find a connection so I can actually move towards living in London. Maybe she can help. All right, so what's the biggest misconception people have about you?
So I'd say the biggest misconception is that I hate these women that are single and childless, I hate people that can't pay for your shit. And so my issue is they have no savings, they have no plan, they're on OnlyFans, which is gonna end at like what, 35, 40, you're gonna live to be 80. What's the second half of your life look like? So it's like, you know, women are the ones on the benefits. Women are the ones on child support, they're on alimony. My thing is make whatever decision you want, but pay for it. That's my issue.
Do you have any tip? Do you have any tip that you could give to like women that might not know which path to go down?
What tip?
Like if you don't know which path to go down and you say, oh, I'm good, I have good looks, I'm beautiful, let's try OF. What do you think is the best, like what advice would you give?
Okay, well don't do OnlyFans. If you're, all right, I would just say OnlyFans is like the dumbest thing you could do because most women don't know how to manage money
Do you think that
general.
Do you think that you being in sports has completely changed the way your perspective is as a woman on life?
Yeah. I think sports, because you just have to deal with consequences. If you suck, you get pulled off the court.
Yes.
But the problem is like now we just don't have consequences for anything. And so my thing is like make whatever decisions you want, but pay for it. So if you want to do that, actually be be profitable when it comes to taxes. Don't live off of benefits. Don't live off of child support. Like, make what decisions you want, but pay for it. That's my issue.
You heard it here first. Who do you think is smarter, Americans or the UK?
Okay, so I'm obviously going to give a political answer.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready for it. We're ready for it. Let's go.
So, Americans and British people obviously come from the same tree. Americans are basically British, right? What I would say...
Did you just make a viral moment?
Basically, what I always say is, I think, because I'm biased, that British people are more intelligent, predominantly because we're more even-tempered and not as animated in terms of like loud.
So you see how he chose a character trait that I'm expressing right now? I like that. But so can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Are Canadians American?
No, they're Canadians, but they sound like Americans.
Are you sure?
Well, they sound like Americans.
Where is Canada located? What continent is Canada located?
Okay, so within the same proximity as the USA.
Do you know?
Within the same proximity. It's politics.
Do you know what continent?
I mean, you talk the same, so you're from the same place.
The American asking the European about geography.
We're actually geography. Hold on. Do you know what continent Canada is?
Do you know what continent Canada is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then let's hear it.
I'm waiting for you.
No, but I'm asking you.
I'm asking you. All right. Do you want me to help you?
Yeah.
You need help?
No, I don't need help. I'm just asking you because I think you don't know. You're trying to let me tell you that.
Well, hey. We got videos online. We know.
Okay. So what continent is it?
Do you know?
Hang on a minute.
Do you know what continent Canadians are from? Do you know what continent Canadians are from?
Yeah, the exact same one as Mexico, North America.
Huh?
North America, the exact same
that's
one
what
as
I said
Mexico.
though.
That's a viral moment. But that's gonna go viral. But I'm just letting you know. So they're from North America, but they're not Canadian. They're not American, huh?
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
So if they're from North America, sure.
Are you European?
African, European, British, you could say that.
So are British people European?
Well, technically because we're out of the EU, but some would still identify as such.
So technically because you're in Europe, you're European, correct?
It's up for debate because obviously we're not formally part of the EU.
You're not I'm just talking about landmass.
Okay, yeah, generally, yeah, that's Europe.
So how are Canadians not American if they reside on North America?
Okay, so then they are American.
Good job. you still think Americans are smarter? You still think?
Did I say Americans?
Ask me a question.
Okay, so
Ask me a question.
all right, so okay, I'll give you a simple one. What's the capital of the United Kingdom? It's a trick question, man.
It is a trick question because the United Kingdom is not even a country. It's a. Come on.
I have a question.
What's your question?
What is the English equivalent of the law of Constitution in America? I just told you this, so you should remember.
The English equivalent.
Yeah.
The equivalent of the English equivalent. The American Constitution is the American Constitution, but the English equivalent is the Magna Carta. Come on, you think I'm not paying
But
attention?
I just told you that.
Yeah,
That's the only reason you know.
But it shows that I'm actually listening and paying attention to what you're saying.
It does, but if I asked you that before I told you, you wouldn't know.
I would not know at all. You're right. So are you?
Just ask questions.
So do you still think that UK is smarter than Americans?
Yes, I do. But it's debatable.
It is debatable.
It's on an individual basis.
I agree with
You
you.
meet one American, you might meet one British guy. It's different. But what I'm saying is, in general, in terms of our temperament, actually, the way I summarize it is that let's even say
Temperament. It's funny that you say temperament because isn't the UK one of the most colonizable people in the world?
No, okay, let me finish. What I say is that, let's say Americans and English are both as smart as each other. What I would say is that the British are often wiser.
Ooh, the British are wiser.
So you of knowledge.
Hold on. So you think that Brexit was a wise decision?
Oh, so now you're bringing politics into it. But I agree.
You think Brexit was a wise decision?
Okay, here's why. Here's why. People,
Why?
Because
This is getting interesting.
because the EU, if they can set their own laws, then one law applies to everyone.
But do you think?
It's
Hold
more
on.
like a communist way of living, and I'm against communism. So yeah.
All right. So do you think that Brexit was about like laws and not about keeping certain types of demographics of people outside of the country?
No.
No,
That was just
What makes you think that?
What makes I think that? Because one of the leading top talking points was most of these people come from poor countries into our countries and take all of our opportunities and benefits.
Well, I can tell you now, the majority of people voted for it because they wanted their own freedom. They wanted to get away from the communist way of thinking, and they wanted.
How is inflation helping right now? How does that feel?
Okay, so here's the thing. People tend to criticize Brexit and say that it's a failure simply because of the short.
I don't think it's a failure, but I just don't think it was a good decision long term because the United Kingdom.
Actually, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to the long term part. Go on. Sorry, go on.
Because the United Kingdoms was a huge dynasty at a point in time. I'll say dynasty, let's call it like that, as a moment in time. But now they're not even nearly 2% of what they once were. So to keep that chin up, chest up bravado is not likely in 2023. It's not.
Okay.
It's not something that should be sustained.
I'd like to say something. They're blaming the cost of living crisis that we have right now, this hyperinflation that we're having. They're blaming it on Brexit, but actually the cause of this, if you look at the way that the hyperinflation happened after lockdown, it increased more than ever. Like, we are now dealing with a severe cost of living crisis, and it's not a cost of living crisis, it's a cost of lockdown crisis. So actually it's the lockdown which contributed to it massively. And that's what we're dealing with now. So it's not Brexit that's causing this. And yeah, I'll stand by that.
I just love how she just comes to your defense when you are struggling.
We're on
with
the
them.
same team, bro.
You're struggling.
Can I say something else?
Yes.
Exactly.
The Risley Bear.
Can you ask me that question?
All right, what question would you like? I asked you a question.
Can you ask him?
All right, do you think Americans? Who do you think is smarter, America or UK?
On average,
Hold on, where are you from?
the UK.
All right, where do you think smarter, America or UK?
So if we're talking about in general, on average, the UK people are smarter, on average.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Have you ever met someone from the UK who's not able to name 3 countries?
Okay, I got a question. Then now, name me 4 states in America besides California, Florida, New York,
That's easy, though.
Mississippi.
Okay, he's just gonna say 49 of them and leave one left.
No, I'm just saying the ones. I'm just saying the ones that everybody knows, you know, and Ohio.
Massachusetts, Tennessee, 1 second. Just give me a second. I will actually.
Take your time, but hurry up.
Did you say New York?
Did I?
No, you said you can't.
New York.
I said you couldn't use that.
Oh. Oregon. Did you say 3?
Yeah, that's
Did you just make a viral moment?
What?
Oregon?
Yeah. Is that not a? It's a state.
Oregon?
Yeah.
Guys, she just said Oregon was a state in America.
Is it not? Okay. Well, I'm not from there. Is it not?
Texas, Ohio.
No, I'm just gaslighting you. I'm just gaslighting you.
You're right.
I'm just gaslighting you. You just see the face. You just see the face.
You were terrified.
Yeah, you were
weren't
terrified.
I wasn't terrified. I would have thought of another one.
Let me ask you a question. All right, so here's my question. Boom. Answer this question. How many 9s are there from 1 through 100?
How many 9s?
Yeah.
1 second.
You can count. Go ahead. She's taking her time.
That's quite a tricky one, actually.
It's a tricky one still.
You made me lose my count.
Oh.
Sorry.
While we wait for her commercial break, we'll talk to you guys about it. I love these type of interactions and engagements.
I would assume it was 9.
Nice.
I'll give the first answer, 9.
No, it's not 9.
Oh.
9, what is it?
So you've got
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm going to count one more time.
Hold on. Let her go.
I'm going to count one more time just to make sure.
Count out loud. Hold on, let her go.
Okay. I'll count it. Yeah, please. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.
Woo!
Get it?
Ooh, and you said?
I said 9.
Okay.
Well, I guess 9, kind of.
And you?
I don't know. Over 9, I say.
Oh, 99, she said 11. She said,
Oh. Okay, yeah, 11. So
what do you think an American would have said?
I think they would have said 4.
4. I love it. So is that your final answer? Say it right there.
11 is the final answer.
There are 11 9s from 1 through 100. So I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna forget about 91, 92, 93. Is this what's going on right now?
I told you
I'm
it was
just-
a trick. I knew it was a
I'm
trick.
just.
Okay, well, ask the average American. They'd give an even dumber answer. So.
Hey, but you do understand that the America, one of our states, is bigger than your whole country, right? Just
Okay. Yeah.
So you're basically, so technically, from a technical perspective, you're basically trying to compare a continent to a small country.
But
Fair
you do
enough,
realize
fair
that
enough,
America
but
is
that
a
was-
child of Great Britain, right?
But that was the question. I'm
Where the-
basing it on reality. I'm basing it on reality. That
Yeah.
that was your question.
No,
Son.
no, because we can go to the most intellectual state in America and then grab them and compare it to you
Which
guys.
one's that?
Which one's that? Which one's that? Let's make a viral hit. Which one is
Viral moment!
Viral moment.
Which one is that? Which
What
one
is
is
the
that?
smartest state in
What's the
America?
smartest
Hold
state in
on.
America?
Don't let me go to Brixton. Don't let me go to Brixton. Don't let me go to Brixton.
We've just come back from Brixton.
So you want me to? Don't let me go to Brixton and just like. Not saying to people in Brixton, I don't want no beef. I don't want no beef. But don't let me
Yeah,
go
you
to the
gotta be
ends.
careful with
Yeah,
that.
don't let me go to the
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah.
I'll go to the ends and find the most bombastic.
Be careful, bro.
I'll go to the most
Brixton,
bombastic. You know what I mean? But yeah, alright, I'm cool. But yeah, anything you want to say?
Yes, the UK people are smarter than Americans. End answer, final answer. That's how it is. Sorry, but on average, if you look at the people, if you compare the dumbest people in the UK and the dumbest people in America, I can tell you now that there are some Americans who can't even name 3 countries in the entire world. I've never found that in the UK, so yeah.
For anyone offended, it was a joke, okay? We're allowed to joke in
I'm
2023.
not joking.
Coming for the girl that said there are 9 9s throughout 100.
Okay, but that's a trick question. You know it is.
So last question.
Oh no.
Is DC a state, city, or what? Washington DC. What is it?
A city.
Huh?
A city.
A city.
Washington, D.C. It's the capital, right?
Yeah.
The capital state.
What is it?
I'd say state.
I don't think it is. Washington DC.
What did you say?
Wait, so say the question again.
What is Washington DC?
I just said it's a state.
I first thought it was a state, but then if it's a capital,
It is the capital, but what is it?
well then it's a capital state if that exists in America. But America's the only place that has states in that way, whereas it's a capital state. So obviously, usually, if you think of a capital, you think of a city. But because you're American, you would know that it's a state if it is a state. So what's the answer? Is it a state or a city?
Actually, Washington D.C. is not a city or a state.
Oh.
It's its own entity.
Oh.
It borders two different states.
Like the city
Okay.
of London kind of thing.
Boom! I was gonna say that. I was gonna ask that. How many cities are in London? How many cities are in London?
Well, London itself is a city, and then the city of London is a city as well. So one, because the city of London.
All right.
I'm not from London.
How many cities are in London?
Well, I mean, if you're counting the city of London in and of itself, and then London as in London, the actual city, you're not talking about boroughs. You're just talking about yeah. So City of London and Greater London, City of London.
So that's
2.
so Westminster is not a city in London.
No, that's a borough.
No.
That's not a borough.
Westminster is its own city with its
of
own
Westminster,
government
okay.
in London.
City of Westminster is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, City of Westminster, City of London,
It's
Greater
two.
London.
It's two. The answer's two.
It's still
but
but you try to confuse.
no. You said the same city twice. You said the city of London. Well, that's the greater. That's London.
No.
Yeah. You said city
No,
of
City
London.
of London is its own.
Yeah, and that's basically Greater London, right? This two cities.
That's gonna confuse
Listen,
me.
Westminster. Hold on. No, I'm not gaslighting you. Seriously, the city of London is one city. London itself, it's the city of London. Westminster, Zone 1. That's what you guys call it, right? Zone 1 is its own city in London with its own government and its own rules. That's a fact.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Say moo.
Moon,
Moo.
moo,
Say moo twice.
moo moo,
Say moo 3 times.
moo moo moo,
Say moo 4 times.
moo 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 moo,
Say moo 5 times.
moo 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 moo.
What do cows drink?
Water.
You got it. Okay, well done. Well done. You got it right. Well done. I thought you was actually
Yeah,
gonna
was ready.
fall for it.
You're ready for it. You're ready for it.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you later in the next journey. I'm not gonna even give my mics. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was epic. Excited to meet Pearly Things, and I know there's a lot of controversy around her. If you want any more videos like this, please click the video that's popping up right here. But at the same time, thank you so much. Please show this video some love, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna try to keep this thing going. Oh my God, it's just crazy. If you have any questions that you want me to ask these particular people, please let me know. And don't hesitate to comment in the chat, all right? It's all banter, it's all love. And if you enjoy these videos, show some love, all right? And follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter if you guys have it. If you want my handle, just comment in the chat. Let's get it.